Hey everybody, welcome back to the Strawbery Banke Museum's landscape. I'm in the Victory Garden today. Absolutely gorgeous day today. Lots of things in the ground, seeds, bulbs. We've got onion sets, beets, Swiss chard, other things that will eventually germinate and give us lots of ingredients for salads. However, what is available now as we wait for these annual veggies and other things? You know, things that are popping up in lawns, things that are perennial and wild. Let's go check out, see what we can make salads with today. Here we have some chickweed. Now, unlike a lot of weeds that only certain parts are edible, pretty much everything is edible with chickweed. So I often will pick entire sections like this, and you'll notice it vines pretty nicely. And it's really crispy and fresh this time of year. Does not tolerate the heat very much, so you will often see it abundantly in early spring. Certainly here in New England this time of year you can really find it everywhere, so give that a try. Again, this is chickweed. Now, dandelion is one of the most common things you can find early season for salads, and certainly the blooms are edible, as we see here. But mostly related to salads are the greens. Dandelions are actually a diuretic, so they actually flush toxins out of the body. So not only for flavor in salads, you're also, adding ingredients for medicinal aspects. You can use the blooms in many, many things, including salad dressing, steeping them in vinegars, amongst other things, certainly oils. Here's a nice example of a young dandelion plant. Now we can see foliage here and blooms, and this is the crown in the middle, the center of the plant, or that area right above the root system, which is absolutely loaded in flavor and medicine, and certainly more with the root underneath. Now, a lot of people are very clever at, simple tools to actually pop out entire dandelions. A little bit more efficient than just picking individual leaves or individual flowers. Now here we have common chive. We commonly will eat the green shoot, which is absolutely delicious with that really awesome onion flavor. Once the flowers actually open, they're very, very strong onion flavor. So I often cough because it's so strong. But if you harvest them at this stage, they're a lot more sweeter, and they really complement other ingredients as well. So again, chive, eating these blossoms, let me back up a bit. Eating the flower heads before they actually open is absolutely delicious, and certainly utilize all of the foliage as well. Now, there are many edible flowers available even early in the spring this time of year. Now, violet flowers here in front of us are edible. Not really offering a lot of flavor, but certainly enhancing, just that look of just a beautiful salad. So brightening up our days a little bit, lifting our spirits just with a little color in our salads, certainly enhance that experience. Here is Solomon seal. Now, this is one of my favorite plants to talk about early season, because these little flowers, before they open, they taste like snap peas. You can see they have not opened yet. So just walking around sometimes, I'll be chewing on these, and I kid you not, they remind me of the flavor of snap peas. And try to catch them before they open. They are absolutely loaded with flavor right now. Very small. They can get a little bit larger than this. So I often will just chew on them alone or just sprinkle them on top of a salad. Again, that really, really nice flavor, and they're very, very crunchy. Now, one cool way to tackle invasive species is to actually eat them. Now, from foliage like this, bishop's weed or gout weed, which is this one here, to, let's say, crabs, green crabs in the ocean. These invasive species are causing problems in this area, but lots of people, including especially chefs, have have started campaigns to feature them on menus. So at the same time providing us with food and ingredients, we are controlling these invasive populations. But just consider, if you have invasives within your own landscape, like Japanese knotweed, amongst other invasive species that are edible, consider that. Controlling and managing these populations by utilizing them as food ingredients. So since we are Strawbery Banke, I must mention the strawberry. Yes, you know, we may not think of strawberry leaves as edible, but they are when they're very young. So throughout history, when people were foraging and looking for a little bit more fiber and foliage and sustenance, they were actually putting immature strawberry leaves into salads. And you can see a lot of these nice strawberries are just loaded with fresh buds. So those will be out soon enough. I'm sure those honeybees, amongst other pollinators, will be all over it. But just wanted to visit that brief history of putting certain parts of plants into recipes that commonly aren't really used as often as they used to be. All right, here we have some marjoram. Marjoram is absolutely amazing. Just throwing little sections like this into salads, but it's very, very strong. And if you put too much in, it will kind of overpower your salad recipe. But I really like this for salad dressings. So I often will muddle or crush it, or just kind of macerate it with fingers and put it into a salad dressing. You know, let that seep for like 12 hours. Just let those flavors really get in. All right, a lot of biodiversity in this small herb garden by our wheelwright house. We teach a lot of 18th century recipes in this landscape associated with historic foodways. So cultivating different ingredients, whether they were for medicinal purposes or adding flavor. This is fennel. So at this stage, lots of vegetation. Now, as you grow fennel, don't forget about its edible flowers. Absolutely delicious, and adding a little bit of color to a salad as well. And eventually those seeds that can be roasted and dried, used as spice. So vegetation, edible flowers, and seeds with fennel. Just a fantastic and very medicinal plant for us. Just a really, really versatile plant. As we approach a lot of the other diversity, a lot of this is again that gout weed I was describing, but we can almost miss this one. So this is one of my favorite plants to talk about. This one here, and this is sorrel, or commonly known as lemon leaf. So sorrel is absolutely delicious and loaded with vitamins, nutrients, and it's got a sour lemon flavor to it. Last but not least, one of my favorite plants is sweet CICELY. Great perennial, comes back every year, offering foliage early season, and it tastes a bit like black licorice. Amazing medicinal plant as well, sweet CICELY. In the colonial period, for instance, one of the common sayings was, the cook is half a physician. And that really means that, you know, we were finding throughout history that balance between flavor and medicine early on. So give that a try. Again, sweet CICELY has this great foliage, and it also develops edible seed pods. When they first come out, they're nice and emerald green, just absolutely delicious. Again, sweet CICELY. All right, here we are. This salad is looking amazing with what we found just in the landscape today. Just a few finishing touches here. Maybe a little Solomon seal on top. These edible flowers are just amazing. And of course, we want to add a little bit of color here. Hope you enjoyed the program. Happy spring, everyone. This is Strawbery Banke.